Free plugins. You either love them or you crack everything. If you love them, then you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to be showing you some of my favourites in this video. The first plugin is called Volts, which is similar to Labs in the sense you download a player which you can then download separate instruments for. At the moment all of the sounds are free and there's a couple of really nice offerings. Each of the instruments have their own little sets of knobs and parameters, but for the most part they've kept this one pretty basic. Next we're going to be looking at Serge XT, and there's a lot to look at. This one's an open source hybrid synth with most of the bells and whistles that you'd expect to see on a more expensive synth plugin. If there's a plugin that shows that looks on everything, then this is the one. I used to get a bit put off with these GUIs, and I can see why somebody who's new to synths would see this and run a mile. But as long as you know the basic workings of synth plugins, all of these buttons and sliders will end up making sense after a few minutes of messing with them. And if you're still lost, then one place I'm pretty sure you'll find your way around easily is the preset section. A bit of a plug for my mate Dixon next with his free DB1 plugin. This one's influenced by the Casio SK1 sampling keyboard both visually and sonically. The 32 presets that come with it include sampled versions of the keyboard's original presets, as well as some more modern sounds in the other tabs. In the effects section you'll find things like your envelope settings, filters, and even a convolution reverb. Then Dixon has got a few other free plugins on his website too, so while you're grabbing this one, make sure to have a look around. Four versions later, Quiet Music are still going strong with the Lo-Fi plugins, and as usual they've dropped a free Lite version alongside the main plugin. In it you'll find a really weird number of 19 presets, and then on either side you'll find effects like delay, chorus and distortion. The best thing is this plugin isn't just for lo-fi at all. A lot of the sounds will work really well in dark genres of hip hop like drill and trap, because the sounds already have that dark and dirty feel. Next we have a really cool vintage tape effect from Cymatics. Origin uses saturation, noise, chorus and wobble to give your music a dated and vintage sound. The knob in the centre of the plugin is going to resample your audio in real time, which can lead to some interesting outcomes. The preset folder's got a few gems in there, and you can also save your own presets, which is a really nice touch too. They say that one man's loss is another man's gain, and that would be the case with the next plugin. The spacer delay was made by a company called Spectral Plugins and would originally be on sale for $119. The company would unfortunately go bust, and being the legends that they are, they made Space Out available for free. They also gave away Panks, which is a clipping and transient shaping plugin, and OCS 45, which is another tape effect. In the Spacer plugin, you can put together complex layered space effects with the delay and reverb modules. The grain delay and grain reverbs can lead to some unique sounds, and I don't think you can ever go wrong with a convolution reverb either. All of the effects can be dragged around into any order, and then in the bottom right you'll find some other effects in the chorus and utility section. This thing has presets on presets too, because each module has its own drop down, and then the main plugin has about 150 presets too. You can save your own presets here, and there's also a randomize button in the form of this dice.
Falling back in line, but I don't wanna leave your love behind, 'cause I don't think you're gonna set me free, just the way I want it. Falling back in line, but I don't wanna leave your love behind, 'cause I don't think you're gonna set me free, just the way I want it. Falling back in line, but I don't wanna leave your love behind, 'cause I don't think you're gonna set me free, just the way I want it.
Next up, I want to talk about Decent Sampler and some of the sick instruments that you can get for it. This is another player type plugin like Contact or Labs, where you'll need to download instruments and libraries separately. Luckily, the absolute legend David Hillowitz created the Piano Book, which is a free website specifically dedicated to decent sampler libraries. Most of the sounds you find on here will be high quality sampled instruments, so if you're looking for strings, pianos and all that good stuff, it won't take you long to find it. And myself and Dixon have even dabbled with Decent Sampler, and we have a couple of our own libraries that can be downloaded for free too. If you want a realistic sounding guitar, then the Ample Guitar M Lite is probably going to be the best place to start. It's basically a dated and scaled back version of the Ample Guitar M, but even after all these years, it still probably holds up as the best free acoustic guitar plugin. The strummer tab is pretty sick too, and it allows you to make strum patterns in a sequence that can be played across the keyboard. Up next is not one, but 33 plugins in the Kilohertz Essentials bundle. This is going to give you every basic audio processing plugin that you'll ever need in one bundle for free. I don't really find myself using the EQs or compressors, because some of the third-party ones I own are better, but things like the tape stop, the frequency shifter and the transient shaper are literally used in every single beat that I make. All of the plugins share this pretty simple layout and come with a good few presets each. Like a lot of newer plugins, there's also a randomize button next to the preset browser, as well as a button for saving new presets. I couldn't really make a free plugins video without including what's probably the best all-rounder plugin you can get for free. And that plugin is of course Labs by Spitfire Audio. The inevitable would obviously happen with Spitfire launching a subscription-based service, but the free Labs instruments have remained free, and they've even said they're going to continue adding to them. I mostly use Labs for the piano sounds, but it's also got some really nice choirs, pads and strings. Let me know in the comments what 3 VSTs you think are best, and if you enjoyed the video then be sure to hit the like button before you leave. Thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one.